Hey, Jim Bergman with measureQuick. We made a couple of changes to the application. They're a little subtle, but I thought it'd be worth walking you guys through them because I think it really improves the user experience and allows you to do some things that you guys have been asking to do. So I got this Goodman little training unit here we just built up. We're doing a little project here. It's got basically your outdoor section, your indoor section. It's not 100% done yet, but it's done enough that I can actually test it and run it. So I'm going to start a project here, and I'm just going to use the quick AC heat pump or cooling, and I'm going to start that from the cloud and use cloud data, and I'm going to scroll down until I see the site B with Goodman on it here. And you will notice that, and pay particular attention to this here when I find it. I've got a bazillion of these things on here, so I apologize in advance. I went past it. All right, so building 3425 Suite B Goodman, and notice the name of that. So we're sort of set this up like if you're doing property management, you had to go to a apartment complex, there's multiple systems, multiple units. So when I select that unit, you're going to verify that it is the Goodman unit you want, the model number and serial number, which we just check on the label there, and we hit start and start project. Now what that's going to do is obviously it's going to pull in the geotag, the job site, and the system profile. If you click on the job site, you'll see that in the site name, it's named Building 3425 Suite B. Now it got that from the customer information. So if I click on the customer information tab, you'll see that in address line 2, whatever you put in address line 2 will revert to the site name so that you don't have to rename the site. So when you hit submit, that's just going to change the site name to that. And when you come back in the future, you'll know what building, what apartment, what unit you're going to work on. Filter information, if we're going to change the filter, we just change the date on that. So I'll go ahead and change the date. Let's say it's the 2nd here, and I'm going to hit submit. And then we're to the point of doing the test on the system. Now you'll notice on the top here it says test in and test out. And it's going to always default to test in unless you save the data, then it's going to go to test out. So you got to sort of watch when you're taking the snapshot, when you hit save data, whether you have test in or test out checked, because what that's going to do is it's going to just title the report test in and test out. So we're going to do 2 tests here. We'll do the test in. I'm going to go to the electrical here. And before I do that, I got to turn on my redfish meter. So I'm going to grab this here for a second, and we'll do the test. The power's on for that. So I'm just going to go back and activate the redfish. And it's connected, and Val, you can come over here and just catch this real quick. So I've got electrical here. I'm just going to grab the power coming in, and I've got an outlet that's powered off the same source, so I'm just going to grab the 120 volt in my outlet right here. And I'm going to go home and go to my electrical readings. And then you'll see here, if I get the electrical, there's my wattage coming in, so 100, and let me get the voltage here. Just got to get it in the outlet where I got a good reading. Come on. There we go. All right, so I got the reading. I'm going to hit capture, and I'm going to move the meter over here, and we're going to go over to the condensing unit. We'll clamp it around here and spin this around, and we'll hit capture again here. So we're going to get our voltage here, and we hit capture. And so now I've got both my voltage captured reading. I'm going to hit submit. So now obviously here I'm going to get my electrical performance. So if I go to my performance here, you can see I've got my approximate SEER at 16.8, and lo and behold, this is a 16 SEER unit. So now let's take a look here, and we're going to go back to the project, and now you'll notice it says test out. Okay, so if I go to my electrical measurements now, and I want to well, actually here, sorry about that. I'm going to hit, I have all my measurements in. I'm going to click on test in because it's my test in data. I'm going to hit save the data. And it's unstable, but I'm going to go ahead and take a snapshot anyway. So now that snapshot is saved. I can view that snapshot if I want to view it. And we'll just export a PDF here. And we'll hit generate PDF, and you can see that snapshot. And you can see it says before repairs at the top. So it's the test in. So I'm going to hit done, and I'm going to go back. and I'm going to go back in my project again and hit retest the system. Now you'll see the electrical measurements are not in again. If I tap on electrical, you'll see that it held the evaporator fan in. We didn't make any adjustments to the evaporator fan, so I'm not going to run you back in again to make another set of evaporator fan measurements. Let's just assume we're adding charge out here, we're getting this charged up, we're getting it fixed, whatever it is. The only time you have to clear this evaporator fan data out is when you're changing the evaporator fan speed. Otherwise, leave it exactly the same. So now all I got to do here is get a second set of data for my condenser. Hit capture and hit submit again. And now it already says test out. I'm going to hit save data and I can view that, or I can hit dismiss. I hit dismiss. Now I can go to view reports and I can hit my before repairs, share, export PDF, and it'll allow me to select multiple snapshots. So now all I do is click on my before and my after, and you see both those are highlighted now. And when I hit submit and generate the PDF, what I'll get is my before repairs on the top, scroll down, my after repairs on the bottom, and then any of my diagnostics that I have and the rest of the report. So I can get test in and test out on the same report, and I can select the snapshots. If I have 4 or 5 snapshots, I just select the ones I want to use, and you can select all of them or 2 of them or 1 of them, and you can print them on the report. So it allows you to do test in, allows you to get test out, allows you to pick multiple snapshots, allows you to now configure it so you can put in what you want on the cloud side so you can identify it easily when you come back to the job site, and it just makes the whole process a lot cleaner and easier. If you got any questions or comments, please leave them below. And if you would, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. All the subscriptions help, and again, thanks again for your support, and thanks a lot for watching.